What's going on, everybody? It looks like notifications. Did you guys get notifications? Aw, YouTube, don't do this to me on Mandalorian Day. We got so much to talk about. Welcome, guys. Good to see you. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope your Disney Plus issues... let me take a quick sip of water. I'm super thirsty. I hope all the issues that everybody's having with Disney Plus are resolved quickly. I'm sure some of you guys, you know, we're really geared up to watch The Mandalorian today. Maybe you had the day off. Maybe, you know, you don't work till later. Maybe you got school off today and you were really looking forward to watching a little bit of The Mandalorian. And Disney Plus seems to be having some issues. I woke up at 4:30 and I watched The Mandalorian episode 1 at 5. And I had no issues. And I guess, you know, later in the day, a lot of people are trying to access it. It's a big bummer. But so yeah, what did you guys think? I'm assuming some of you guys. I'm going to try to avoid spoilers here. I'm assuming a lot of you guys probably saw the first episode. I'm very curious what you guys thought. I'm going to try to avoid spoilers, but for me, dude, like from the very jump, I was immediately hooked. And what I found, one of the best things about the episode, for me, from I guess like I'm going to call it filmmaking perspective, even though it's not a movie, the pacing of the first episode was so great. They were able to pack in so much information, so much context, so much, I guess, world building into 40 minutes. And that fact alone, what we were able to see, what we were able to learn, and what we were able to kind of tell through the narrative, what they were able to tell through the narrative in such a short jolt of time, kind of blew me away. The pacing is something that was so fantastic. Will Meach, are you discussing spoilers? I'm going to try to avoid them. I don't want to... I know a lot of you guys haven't had an opportunity to watch it yet, so I'm going to try my hardest to avoid them. If I think I'm about to say anything spoilery, I'm going to try to stop myself, okay? But, yeah, this is like... I went into this with low expectations. With no real expectations. I was just ready to be a sponge to absorb the show. And it blew away what I thought the show would be, how I would kind of perceive the show, how I would judge the show. It completely blew me away on every level. And dude, I cannot wait for episode 2 to debut on Friday. We get 2 episodes of The Mandalorian this week. One of my biggest issues with it, and it has nothing to do with the show, but it has everything to do with like the timing, the release of episodes. I wish it was kind of on a schedule like, like Game of Thrones, right? Game of Thrones was on a streaming service, the HBO streaming service, but they had a set time when the episodes would air. And I wish, you know, The Mandalorian did the same thing. I wish it was like 7 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, or it doesn't matter what time. I wish it was a more digestible time for, I guess, everybody, like they did with Game of Thrones. That was my biggest issue with it. It was a little wishy-washy when it would air, and then eventually everybody knew that it was going to be like 6 a.m., but it turned out to be way earlier than 6 a.m., I believe, because I watched it, like I said, at 5 in the morning, and I actually didn't expect to be able to watch it. Because when I woke up, I was under the impression that it was going to be released at 6 a.m. and I was have to really quickly digest it before my daughter woke up and all that stuff. But so I slowly moved through the morning making my coffee, sat down, checked the news, and then I was like, oh shit, it's already available. I logged into Disney Plus and I watched it. So, yeah. But yeah, let me take a quick sip of water. I can't believe how fast you watched it and got a video up about it. Josh, like I said, I woke up at 4:30. I watched it at 5. I recorded audio, recorded video and stuff like that. And all of that was done by about 7:30 a.m. So from maybe 2 hours or so to speak into the microphone, edit the audio, put the video together and everything like that. So, and then dude, like, My video rendered, I had to render it twice. My first render failed, figures, right? I would have gotten it up a lot earlier. My first render failed. My second render went through. I'm on my parents' shitty internet right now, and I started uploading it. And I was playing with my daughter while it was uploading. And we were in the office and running around, and she goes over and she turns off my computer. And I was like, no! Because it takes like 45 minutes to an hour to upload a video like that on their internet. And she turned off the computer, so I had to start back from square one. And so I could have gotten it up a lot earlier if my render didn't fail, if she didn't restart the computer, it would have been a lot quicker. But anyway. Danny Travis, thank you so much for the first super chat and channel support of the stream. I greatly appreciate that. Danny says, call me crazy, but I like the idea of it being a new episode every week instead of putting all 8 episodes out at once. I have been, well, we see eye to eye here, Danny. I have been an advocate, as soon as we found out about The Mandalorian, I've been an advocate for that system of release. Sure, it's cool, I guess, when everything in a series, everything in a season is released all at once. I can see the benefit of that, kind of this binging culture. I get it. But with The Mandalorian and these episodic shows that really do thrive on anticipation and suspense and digesting an episode per week and just waiting. I like that format. And sure, it's from a business perspective, it makes sense. You know, they didn't release all of Game of Thrones in one shot because, hey, they want you to subscribe for a couple months while the show is still on. That's probably the main reason, right? That being said, I do like this format better. Oh, one sec.
Man, I loved how dirty everything looked in this episode.
What's up, Goyen? Give me 1 sec, man. So yeah, I'm in agreement with you, Danny. I like not having to rush through something. I like letting something breathe. I like this kind of global anticipation. I like how everybody's gearing up to a specific date to watch the next installment. And I think that's a fun way to watch shows, in my opinion. It's better for me, especially selfishly as a dad who only gets about 2 hours a day, early in the morning, to himself to work on stuff and watch stuff, and that works out selfishly for me. But yeah, Danny, I appreciate that, man, and I see eye to eye with you for sure. Oh, and Goyen, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. It's good to see you. Goyen said, man, I loved how dirty everything looked in this episode. Absolutely. Well, I've always said, that's, when I think of Star Wars, I'm a broken record at this point, I've been saying this for 8 years, but when I think of Star Wars, the first things that pop into my head are not lightsabers and Jedi and Sith, it's not even the Force. The things that pop into my head when I think of Star Wars are the things like In A New Hope, the Cantina, the dirt and grime of Tatooine, you know, the Jawas and their little droid operation. That's the kind of stuff that I think of when I think of Star Wars. And there's no question that this show, at least what we've seen from it so far, is geared towards that mindset. And to see the grit and the grime, all the stormtroopers even and the Imperial Remnant were dirty, and everything about it, from the locations to the costumes, it feels used and abused. It feels like the Wild West, and it was fantastic for sure. Definitely the aesthetic that killed it. Perfect. What you're seeing right there with the Carbonite guys. So even stuff like that, the very beginning. I'm not going to spoil anything. But yeah. But Goyen, thank you so much, man. It like when I started the episode this morning, I was a little nervous, and my expectations were relatively low. But after the first episode, seeing how much they were able to pack into an episode, a single episode, all the information they were able to tell us, giving context, and pacing it out so well, I was like, damn, man, this is good. This is great. But yeah, I appreciate it, Goyen. Loved IG-11. Yeah, I want to talk about the little more in depth. And I appreciate everybody steering clear of spoilers. I know a lot of people haven't seen it yet. Maybe they're at work, maybe they're at school, maybe they're having Disney Plus issues like a lot of people around the world are having right now. So I really want to avoid spoilers. But yeah, I loved all that stuff, Wes, that went on with IG-11. That entire sequence, the way it played out, let's just say that. The way it played out, I thought was great. Absolutely great. But yeah. Yeah, Joshua. Well, Joshua says, I thought it was okay, not amazing. However, you can't base a series on one episode, and I'm looking forward to see what happens. Yeah, well, I'm in agreement with it. There's a certain thing that happens at the end I thought was clever. I thought was really neat, a good twist. If you saw the episode, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm really, really intrigued and curious where this is going from here. I'm holding out my judgment. You know, I don't... After one episode, like you said, of a show, how are you possibly going to judge a setup before you see the payoff, right? I mean, I could kick and scream, but I actually liked it. That's the thing, I liked it. But I could see how people would be kicking and screaming about that, even though it's very subtle and they have no idea where it's going. But hey, it's the nature of the beast on the internet, right? What's up, Carter? So many people are signing on to it. Yeah. That's why I pre-order them. It's interesting. It seems like a lot of people... or a lot of things that are just released always seem to have issue, right? Oh my god. Is my daughter... She's already sitting up. It's been 15 minutes, guys. One sec. Oh, one sec, guys. Come on, baby Greedo. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. She wants to watch a Mando. Yeah, there you go, Josh. She just put her head down. We'll see if she goes back to sleep. Weird. Man, yesterday she took a 2-hour nap and it was awesome. Today, she's been down for 15 minutes. Usually, she'll go back to sleep. I'll give it a couple minutes, but yeah. What's with the Dragon Ball tracker music? I have no idea. Is that what this song reminds you of? I have like 30 songs in a playlist. Oh, she's laying back down. There we go. There we go. I've been trying to change my Disney Plus profile pic to Donald Duck and it's not working. Yeah, I haven't looked into any of that. I literally just logged on and clicked the Mandalorian. I haven't looked at anything else that they have in the catalog. But I'm sure tonight, you know, I need to load it on my Roku. I searched for the app on my smart TV, a Vizio smart TV, and I don't know if it's available for that. It'd kind of suck if it wasn't. I don't even know if the app list even updates. I feel like I've had the same apps available on that TV for the past 2 years. I don't know. It's weird. All right. I might... crap. I might have to hop off my daughter's... well, now she's laying back down. This is just turning into a stream where I watch my baby monitor and see if my daughter's falling back to sleep. But it will be available on Vizio Smart TVs. Oh, nice. I appreciate that, Danny. Yeah, I was very curious. I'm assuming it's available on my Roku. I just haven't looked yet, but I'll have to download that app later today. And maybe when me and my daughter are eating some snacks before dinner, I can put something on that she might like, you know. I can confirm that. Nice. I appreciate that, Sofa. Yeah, I'll have to download that for sure. I downloaded the app on Roku this morning. Cool. Yeah, I just watched it on my computer, just in the browser. Because I wanted to turn it up really loud in my headset. I can't really turn it up really loud in the house when the kid's sleeping, you know. So I watched it on the computer monitor, 27-inch computer monitor, about 2 feet away from my face. It worked pretty well. Oh, I see what you're saying, Lewis. I mean, I'm sure there's things like that in the real world, right? I'm sure as a bait car, even as you get closer to a bait car, the signal starts to beep 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 in a police officer's vehicle. You know, beep 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 beep. Even radar detection does that kind of stuff. So I don't know. Is the line "yeah, good" in the show or just the trailer? I would assume that it's in the show. But you know how they often do with a lot of the movies and stuff like that. You know, certain lines of dialogue are on the cutting room floor and used specifically for the trailer. But if I had to guess, I would say, yeah, it's in there somewhere. I would say it's in there somewhere. Who knows where it's going to be. But yeah, I'm very curious. Like, I kept anticipating seeing Bill Burr on the screen. I won't give any spoilers, but yeah. No, I mean, no spoilers, please, but people are shitheads. Any plans to make a Disney Plus review video just giving your thoughts on what the service offers, anything that interests you, and recommendations? You know, I probably won't end up doing that. I'll probably just stick to The Mandalorian. There's going to be a lot to talk about over the past few months, or the next few months, rather. And I don't know if I probably won't end up doing a Disney Plus video, to tell you the truth. And honestly, I haven't really looked at the app other than just clicking on The Mandalorian to give it a watch, but that's really about it. So no, I'm not going to do a Disney Plus review or anything like that. But yeah. What's up, Took? Mandalorian was great. The world, according to Jeff Goldblum, also amazing. Oh, I forgot about that. I need to check that out. A couple streams ago, somebody mentioned that to me. Or maybe it was yesterday. All the documentaries that are going to be coming out. But yeah. Yeah, later today, Sofa, I'm definitely going to check it out and see what's on the catalog. Awkward and weird. Goldblum is awkward and weird. It's just enough to make it good. Well, yeah, I like him in interviews. I've listened to him in podcasts and stuff like that. And when you think of Jeff Goldblum as a character actor, Jeff Goldblum is the characters that he plays. I mean, he is Dr. Ian Malcolm. He is all the characters he's ever played. It's hilarious, man. Sky Sam Freeman. Yeah, that'll be fun. You and your pops watching The Mandalorian, a little throwback to the aesthetic that he grew up watching and loved. There's no question in my mind that he will dig it. Well, at least for that reason alone, you know. But I was like, well, if you saw my tweet, Brian Posehn, I was like, what? Squinting my eyes, looking really closely at my computer monitor. Is that... Oh my god. Pretty awesome. That's a really good question, Henry. Henry says, I wonder if they're going to sell physical versions of the series or if they're going to keep it strictly digital. I would assume that they're going to do physical versions of the series. You know, there's physical versions of, like, Rebels. I believe there's physical versions of... Resistance. Amazon's not working? Oh, there we go. Resistance. Let's see. Are there? It doesn't look like it, actually. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so Season 1... DVD. So, yeah, Season 1 of Resistance is... So, I would assume there's going to be physical media for the Mandalorian. I would assume that. Something this big, something this anticipated, something that, Star Wars fans have always loved: physical media, physical things, action figures, DVDs, Blu-rays, box sets. There's no question in my mind that they will gear some merchandise, some physical media of The Mandalorian towards that audience, But yeah. Carter Lovejoy, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Who do you think should play a live-action Ahsoka? That's really tough, man. What actress should play a live-action Ahsoka? Golly. Oh man, I don't even know. For whatever reason, the first name that pops into my head, the first look, is Hilary Duff. I don't know why. And I haven't really seen her in anything. That's the thing. But that's for whatever reason, that's like the first name that I think of. Maybe it's because it's in the zeitgeist right now, and that Lizzie McGuire show is back, which I've never seen before. So maybe that's the first name that popped into my head because of that reason. Who do you guys think? Yeah, Ashley Eckstein, of course. She does the voice, as we know, which would make total sense, and I think most of the fans of the Clone Wars would probably prefer that, right? Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, if that was the case, I think it would... Oh, man. My thing is, I don't necessarily want or need Ahsoka in a live-action show. I kind of like the idea of leaving some of our animation characters, video game characters, in their own little box in their world of animation and video games. Not every character needs to, bounce between different genres, entertainment genres, and stuff like that. But yeah, that's a good point. I'm gonna look. I've actually never looked her up. Does she? I know her as a voice actor. Voice. TV short, voice. So she's done a lot of voice. But I'm sure that would translate pretty well into the acting realm. I feel like, if you give some people a shot, they can at least do a decent job on the screen, right? And she's got the chops for the voice acting, which probably translates really well to live action acting. Because there's some experience there, no question about it. But yeah. Greedo is trending on Twitter. I saw people posting... oh, yeah, I see that. That's hilarious. I saw people posting that it was changed once again, the Han and Greedo scene. I'll have to look into that. Confirms Vanity that this was something George Lucas himself added a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. In a galaxy before it was taken over by Disney. What is it? Gave Greedo the last word in... Oh, my... Oh, wait, there's audio changed? Uh-oh. Another changes video is on the horizon. Vanity Fair. I don't want to subscribe. I just want to read your article. I don't want to subscribe. I just want to read your article. You already got advertisements on your damn website. I'll have to look into that later. Interesting. All right. But yeah, Carter, I appreciate that, man. It would make sense to get Ashley Eckstein in there, right? All right, guys, I gotta jump off. My daughter's not going back to sleep. I'm gonna go ahead and grab her. Weird, man. Yesterday she took a 2-hour nap. Today I expected her to take a pretty long one as well. She pooped right before she naps, which usually indicates that she's gonna take a long nap. But she was only down for about 15-20 minutes. Bummer. So tonight I'll do a stream just like this, and we can talk about The Mandalorian. Hopefully some of you guys will have seen it by then, and we can talk a little more in depth about it. I don't want to run through spoilers here, because I know a lot of people are having issues with Disney Plus. I know a lot of people haven't seen the show yet, so I want to let it breathe a little bit before we talk in depth about it on a live stream. Give people a chance to check it, but to check it out. But all right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate everybody hanging out with me for a little under 30 minutes. And I will be back tonight for a stream. If you want to talk about it in depth, I will post. I will name the stream like spoiler chat or something like that to indicate to kind of stay away if you haven't watched it. But anyway, thanks guys. Carter Lovejoy, Goyen, and Danny Travis. Thank you guys for the super chats and channel supports this afternoon. I greatly appreciate that. And as always, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, your morning, your afternoon, wherever the hell you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. See ya!